Welcome back to IGN Live at Comic-Con 2016. I'm Damon Hatfield. This is Rob from the Nintendo Treehouse. Rob is just about to show us Dragon Quest VII on 3DS. But first, remember, you can be part of the show. Just tweet your questions at IGN with the hashtag SDCC2016, and we'll share them live before your very eyes here in just a little bit. Rob, tell us about Dragon Quest VII. I think we're going to pull up some footage here. This game was originally released in 2001 on the original PlayStation.
Correct.
Now coming to 3DS.
Yeah, so now we, 3 years later, after the release in Japan, we're actually releasing this on the 3DS. The game looks fantastic. This is a remastered version of the original. So we have all new graphics, all new localization. As you can see, classes now have little outfits that your characters wear. And we've eliminated random encounters, as you'll see here in a sec, which is great.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. That's not one of my favorite aspects of classic JRPGs.
So here in combat, it's a classic Dragon Quest combat here. As you can see, we have spells, abilities, attacks, and all sorts of fun stuff. They've actually spruced up the animations of the enemies and the characters, so we actually see the characters attack this time around, unlike the original. And one of my favorite things, actually, is to see the sleep animations of the enemies. Every enemy that can fall asleep actually has a sleep animation, so.
Like a unique sleep animation?
Yeah.
Oh, very cool.
Oh, yeah. There's one guy who lays on his back and falls asleep. So
nice.
Pretty funny.
So, for the most part, is this a pretty classic JRPG?
This is classic. Compared to the original, they've actually streamlined a few things.
Okay.
So, in the original, at the very beginning of the game, you had to go on all these different side quests. One of them that was a little odd was having to go get what's known as a sizzling stone. You had to go talk to your uncle in a pub and walk around, and you didn't really have any direction. You can actually completely skip that this time. Now, it does still exist for those classic fans out there, but you can definitely sit there and have an easier progression. So, yeah.
What can you tell us about the story here?
So the story starts out pretty simplistic. You're a young fisherman's son on an island, the only island in the world, and you and your friends decide to venture out into the Shrine of Mysteries, location that exists on the islands. There you find this mysterious character. We're going to call him the Imp for right now. The Imp. Okay. He's nameless, so we call him the Imp. And he tells you need to go find these tablet fragments. So you go out and find these tablet fragments, you put them together on this pedestal, and you're actually warped to the past. There you actually solve the problems of that island. Remember, there's no other islands that exist in the present. You go back to the present and an island appears. And you continue to do this over and over again, about 5 times, just going on an adventure. You don't really have much of a purpose. But here, actually, with this demo, we're at a location called Grundle. And we are actually starting to hear about this Demon King a little bit from this man in the black cloak right here.
Okay. So like, where in the game are we?
We're a little over 25, 30 hours in.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, we're a ways in right
into
here.
it.
Yes,
okay.
yeah.
All right. One of our characters is riding a wolf.
He's riding a wolf.
I'd like to hear more about that.
So that is rough. He has a very interesting story. So he's actually a wolf. What happened was a curse was put onto a town, and all of the humans were turned to animals, and all of the animals were turned to humans. And when the curse was lifted, he was actually gone. He was actually helping you on your quest, and he didn't turn back into a wolf afterwards. You visit the place where you were at in the present, and eventually he gets the ability to speak. So he's a really interesting character. He's quite fun. He actually has a pack of wolves that follow him around. He can summon them, and they'll do attacks within battle as well. So
there's probably a whole game in just that idea of turning all the humans into animals and animals into humans.
Probably, yeah.
I get to work on that. Let's greenlight that one.
There's actually a funny part in the game where you're actually able to put on pig costumes and run around, so you get to be the animals at one point in time.
Yeah, so like you said, this came out in Japan 3 years ago?
Yeah, 3 years ago.
Are there any, aside from like general localization changes, any updates from that version?
No. Okay. Just having the game itself is an update enough for a lot of fans.
Yeah.
Having it completely relocalized by Square is great as well. So we get that Dragon Quest flavor. The different accents. So someone may speak in French, someone may speak in Cockney, British. So it's that flavor that's there. Aside from that, we also have Streetpass added to this. So there are Streetpass elements to Dragon Quest VII on the 3DS that weren't present in the PlayStation 1 version. So you're able to send out what's known as Traveler's Tablets. These tablets work similar to Grottos in Dragon Quest IX, if you know that. So once you go into a Traveler's Tablet, which is a randomly generated dungeon, go in, defeat the boss. You're able to actually distribute that out to other people, so people can challenge your tablet and try to complete it. So a lot of fun.
Has Dragon Quest VII been re-released in North America since 2001?
No.
Oh, it hasn't. So
No.
it's the first time.
So this is the first time it's being re-released. It's available nowhere else right now, so only 3DS.
Very cool. So like the 3DS, the lower screen is generally your map, your menus.
Yeah, so map, menus, character stats, fun stuff like that. During certain parts of the game, it may change slightly, but that's pretty much its purpose, yeah.
Very important question. Are there slimes?
Of course,
Okay, good.
There's tons of slimes. Funny enough, we're not showing it right here, but you can actually become a slime in this game.
What?
So there's over 30 classes in the game. Right now we have, I'm gonna butcher it, the troubadour, so sort of like a French poet. We have a priest, and we also have the dancer. So the troubadour and the dancer, this is the first time we're really seeing them. We haven't actually shown these classes off much. But there's also a subset of classes, which is where the 30 plus really comes in, are monster classes. So you'll actually be able to learn the abilities of monsters and look like a monster. So you can look like a slime, a heel slime, a Platinum King Jewel slime, a bunch of different ones. So.
What can you tell us about the dog we just ran past? Is he a very important character?
No. But he does say some really weird stuff.
Really?
I don't know if Corey talked to him or not. But yeah, he has some really weird dialogue right there.
Now, isn't Dragon Quest VIII is also coming soon? Is that right?
True. We're not talking about that quite yet, though.
Okay. Right. Well, okay. But it is coming.
It is coming.
We know that, at least that much.
Yeah.
Well, when is Dragon Quest VII coming?
September 16th this year.
Oh, okay. So that's right around
pretty
the corner.
soon.
Yeah. All right, so thank you very much for coming by the show. Dragon
problem.
Quest VII,
Yes.
3DS, September 16th. Rob,
Yeah.
Nintendo
Thank you.
Treehouse, thank you so much. Stay tuned, much more to come from IGN Live at Comic-Con right after this.